friends, Laura here with Lalo Yoga and Wellness, and welcome to your yoga practice today. We're going to be focusing on happy hips, getting those hips a little bit looser. We spend so much time sitting these days that it's really important that we do everything we can to maintain that hip mobility. Let's get started. Any comfortable seated position, anything that you like, maybe you're cross-legged, maybe you're in bound angle, staff pose, doesn't matter. Just find something that you enjoy and that you feel comfortable with, and start checking in with your body, seeing how you're feeling. Maybe you've been ignoring your body all day, and it's time to pay a little bit of attention to how it's feeling. So anything that's feeling tight, or maybe you feel relaxed, maybe your joints feel awesome, maybe they feel like they need some stretching. We're just noticing how the body's feeling. This is about observation. If it feels good, you can keep the eyes open or let them close. See what's feeling best for you right now. And then we start to check in with our thoughts, tuning into whether they are all over the place. Maybe you're going through your to-do list right now. Maybe you're feeling calm. We're just noticing where we're at mentally right now. And we start to find our anchor with our breath. Following that breath in and out of the body. Letting ourselves sit a little taller as we breathe in. Relax a little bit more as we breathe out. And letting our thoughts start to calm as we slow that breath down. On your next inhale, let's bring a little bit of movement into it, bringing the arms out and up, maybe looking at the fingers with our gaze. Exhale, dropping the chin as we drop the hands. Let's do that one more time. Let it out. Whatever seated position you're in, let's move into a seated staff position. So we want our legs to be active, our feet are active right now. I'm going to take that deep breath in and maintain your long spine as you exhale and reach toward your toes. Depending on your hip flexibility, mobility, how warm you are right now, is going to depend how far you can reach and still maintain that nice long spine. You could even use a strap or a towel to wrap it around your feet if that feels good to you. And on your next exhale, just let yourself surrender to that pose for a moment. Roll up through the spine. Lift up your right foot and put it just to the outside of your left leg. Let's take a deep breath here. And as we exhale, bring your left elbow to the outside of that right knee. Gentle twist, half Lord of the Fishes, looking over the shoulder. Maybe dropping that hand down to the thigh, or you can keep it here, whichever feels best to you. Sit a little taller as you breathe in. Deepen your twist as you exhale. Inhale, let's reach to the center. Return to your staff pose. Keep that nice long spine. Exhale, coming over the legs. Reaching for your shins, your ankles, your toes, whatever's accessible to you right now. And on your next exhale, once again, just let yourself sigh into that pose. Roll up through the spine. And this time we're going to take our left leg to the outside, or foot rather, to the outside of the right leg. Inhale and reach. Exhale, dropping your right elbow to the outside of that knee. Use your left arm a little bit like the back of a seat to help keep you upright. Sitting taller as you breathe in, sinking into twist as you exhale. Inhale, let's reach the hands high. One final time, come into that seated forward fold, keeping the back nice and long, reaching for the feet. And then we just let ourselves surrender on that next exhale. Bringing our hands now to the top of the mat, knees under the hips. Find your table pose. Keeping the fingers spread nice and wide so you can see the mat between your fingers, maybe coming on the knuckles if that feels a little bit more comfortable. Let's start to lengthen out through the spine right now. Knees are directly underneath the hips. Inhale and lift your left leg high, and then we're going to tip that knee out to the side, draw it toward the shoulder, then the elbow, the wrist parallel to the mat, and come right back up. Just making a nice big circle with your hip, making sure we include that little tip out with the knee. We're warming up these joints, and return to table. Let's take that on the other side. Inhale, lift through the right foot. Notice your foot is flexed, so it's almost like you're stomping through that ceiling. Tip the knee out to the side, and then aim it towards your shoulder, your elbow, your wrist, the floor. And then continue that nice big circle. And coming right back into our table position. Level out through the hips. Inhale, lift the gaze, drop the belly, lift the hips. Exhale, scoop the hips, round the spine, tuck the chin. Inhale. Exhale. Returning to table. Let's lift up through the left foot one more time here. Turn that knee out, and this time you're going to aim it toward your elbow and drop the foot down to the ground. Let your toes turn out to a 45-degree angle, and we're coming into a modified lizard pose. You might be using some blocks right here. You could be on your fists. Start to let yourself open up into it just a little bit. Find that length in your spine. Maybe letting yourself tip that left knee out a little bit, coming onto the outer edge of your left foot. Let's draw that left leg back, extend it out to the side, flip your right shin towards the long edge of your mat, and find your supported side plank right here. Maybe you're still on your block. Maybe your hand is on the floor. Your gaze might be up, forward, or even down to that hand down below you. Take your gaze to the floor now. Drop the hand down to the floor. Return to your tabletop. Let's take a cow and cat. Maybe you're still using your blocks. It's going to let you shift your weight back slightly. Take some of the pressure off of the wrist. Pushing up through the right heel, tip it out, and then bring that right foot forward. Toes turned out of 45. Coming into our lizard pose on the other side. Lean into it if possible, starting to open up through the hip. Maybe letting your right knee drop out to the side. Find some length in the spine and be aware of that temptation to sort of collapse into your shoulders. Let's keep the shoulders long and strong. Take one more breath here. Let's bring that right leg back. Extend it out to the side. Flip your shins towards the long edge of the mat. We reach up through the right hand. They're looking up, forward, or down to come into that supported side plank. Taking our gaze right back down to the floor. Hand comes to the block or the mat, return to your table. Let's find one more cow and cat. And we start to walk our hands now back toward the body, walking right up the body. Take a deep breath, a little squeeze through the glutes, gentle push forward through the hips, bringing the heels of the hand to the top of the back side to come into camel pose. Now you can stay here, you can tuck your toes and reach for your heels, or even the tops of the feet flat on the mat. We're still getting a little bit warm, so maybe you're not ready for reaching for the heels. Just stay right here. Squeezing the shoulder blades a little more closely together, elbows toward the midline. Level out your gaze. Let's tuck the toes under, shift the weight back, and come into a chair pose. Standing nice and tall. Inhale, reaching through those fingertips. Exhale, level out the arms, sweep back through the left hand, taking a gentle twist. Looking over those back fingertips, thumbs are up. Inhale, return to chair. Exhale, level out the arms, sweep back through the right. Looking over the fingers. Let's make this a little more dynamic. Inhale, chair. Exhale, lower and sweep. Inhale, chair. Exhale, lower and sweep. Inhale, chair. Exhale, sweep. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, come into a forward fold. A lot of length here in the legs, as much as you feel comfortable with, drawing your upper body as close to your thighs as you can. Fingertips tenting on the shins, lengthen out through that upper body. Take that big breath for a halfway lift. Shoulders are out of your ears. On your next exhale, come down into your forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Hands coming to heart center. Let's shake it out a little bit, loosen up. If you're at the back of your mat like I am, you might want to take a couple steps forward, come closer to the top of your mat. And we take a nice big deep breath up. Exhale into your forward fold. Inhale into your halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, plant your knees, come into table. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, table. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips high, coming into down dog. Want nice long arms here, transferring as much of your weight to the middle of your palm as you can. Nice long spine. Bend your knees a little more if that helps you. Press through to that strong down dog. Maybe you want to pedal out the legs a little bit. It's up to you. Let's come up on all 10 toes. Let the heels drift toward the floor and the shoulder blades slide toward your hips, feeling like you're turning your elbow creases toward the top of the mat. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, bring that knee to your nose. Level out your entire body. Inhale and lift. Exhale, step that right foot into lizard. You can keep your leg up off the floor. You can drop down to your knee. You might even be on your forearms. Maybe you're using your blocks. See if we can let that right knee drop out to the side a little bit, opening up the hips some more. Take one more breath here. Tuck the toes under. If your leg is on the ground, lift it up. Inhale, come back to that three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale, right knee comes to your left elbow. Now just extend your leg and reach your left hand high as you come to the inner blade of your left foot for fallen triangle. Let the hips just sit down right here. Inhale, reach. Turn your chest toward that left foot. Exhale, reach toward that left foot. You could be using a strap here, towel, reaching down as close to the ankle as possible. Surrender to that pose on your next exhale. Roll up the spine as we start to bring our right heel toward the middle of the body, bending through that right leg. Let's plant the right hand. Inhale, sweep up, come up onto the hip, open high. Exhale, come right back down. Let's do that again. Inhale and lift. Exhale. One more time. Inhale and lift. And exhale. Inhale and lift. This time, pull the knee back underneath your hip, finding your supported side plank. Maybe lifting the leg up. That's feeling okay for you today. And then we bring our hand down to the floor. Face the top of the mat. Tuck the toes under. Down dog. Slide those shoulder blades toward your hips. Take a breath. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Level out the body. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lizard. Stepping the left foot to the outside of the left hand, allowing ourselves to come onto the inside of that foot, maybe dropping the knee in back, maybe keeping it long. Forearms, your choice here. Lengthen out that neck. Let's take one more breath here. Tucking the toes under, lengthen out the right leg. If you had it down on the floor, inhale, lift the leg high. Knee to nose. Inhale and lift. Left knee to right elbow and extend through your left leg. Reach your right hand high, come to the inside of your right foot, fallen triangle, and allow those hips to come all the way down to the ground. Turn towards your right leg with a nice deep breath. Exhale, reach out over the right leg. Pause here. Reach a little further if you can. And on your next exhale, let yourself surrender to that pose. Inhale, roll up, pull the left heel in. I'm going to plant that left hand, reach the right hand high, lift, squeeze to the glutes, open the hips, come back down. Let's do that again. Inhale, sweep the right hand. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale, pause here. Pull that left knee back to come into your supported side plank. Maybe we lift the leg, maybe we keep it down. Your choice. Taking your gaze now toward the top of your mat. Plant the hand, flip and face the front, tuck the toes, down dog. Inhale, lifting the right leg high. Exhale, right knee to right elbow, right ankle to left wrist. As we start to move into a pigeon pose, you're probably going to need to walk that left leg back. Make sure the knee is facing down. You could be sitting on a block right here. Tent the fingers and find that proud pigeon. Couple of breaths here. Check into your neck. Keep that space. One more breath. tucking under on the left toes, plant the hands, make your way back to three-legged dog, giving that right leg a little shake. Downward facing dog. One breath in and out. Inhale, lift the left leg high. Exhale, left knee to left elbow, left ankle to right wrist. Walk the right leg back, knee pointing down, come up on your fingertips, lift the chest high. Give yourself a couple of breaths here. As you're breathing in, try to picture that breath headed right into your hip, creating a little more space so you can open up a little more. Exhale, plant the hands, tuck the toe, come up to that three-legged dog. Shake it out. Down dog, one full breath. Let's step or hop to the top of the mat, but stay low as we come into ball of yarn. Hug your knees in, drop your chin. Find some balance. We're going to set the heels down. You can use your hands to guide you or just trust the floor is there. Lift up into a boat pose. Maybe your boat pose is here on the floor, feet down. Maybe hands are off, maybe feet are up, maybe legs and arms are extended. You decide. Let's just hang on to it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly roll back and bring those knees into the chest. I'm all over my mat today. Take a little rock side to side. The back side of those hips doing a lot of work to stabilize the front while we opened them up. Draw some big circles, hands on top of the knees. And take it around the other way. And come back to the middle. Take your arms out wide like the letter T. Drop the knees toward the back, maybe scooting your hips a little bit toward the left. And let yourself start to relax into the twist. Make sure both shoulders are maintaining contact with the floor. If you find it difficult to keep your opposite shoulder on the ground when you're in a twist like this, it's okay to slide a block underneath your knees to help allow you to relax into the stretch, but still keep the knees elevated enough to help you pin that shoulder down. Do what you gotta do. Let's bring our knees to the center, scoot the hips back into neutral, draw the knees in. Exhale, dropping your knees to the left, maybe scooting the hips back a little bit. Now we bring those knees back to the center, neutralize that spine. Bring your arms in a little bit closer to the body, just wherever they comfortably sit. Feet come wide to the edges of your mat and let the knees fall together in the center and find your restorative pose. Give yourself a couple of breaths here. As we start to head into our Shavasana, feel free to stay in restorative pose or choose a pose that you feel comfortable in, something that allows you to just be. So that might mean extending the legs out, that might mean moving to a seated position, maybe it's lying on your side, whatever you feel good about. Well, let's take a final check-in with the body, allowing the scalp and the forehead to soften. Taking that down around the eyes, across the face and into the jaw, all the way down your throat and into your neck and shoulders. Moving that right down your arms to the elbows, the wrist, all the way to your fingertips. Feel the weight of your heart in your chest. See if you can isolate that heartbeat. You feel the rise and fall of your body as your breath begins to slow and you bring some of that calm into your hips, all the way down through the legs, knees, ankles, right down to your toes. We take a moment to just drift and be. I encourage you to spend as much time in your Shavasana as you can. When you feel ready, start to make your way back up to seated. Letting that chin drop to the chest, releasing our neck. Gently sliding the ear from one side to the other. Coming back to the center, starting to slowly open the eyes. Let's take a final breath out and up together. Exhale, bringing those hands to heart center. May you have peace in your thoughts, kindness in your words, and hope in your hearts, from my heart to yours. Namaste. If you enjoyed today's session, please make sure that you comment, like, share, and subscribe. Hit that little bell icon so you don't miss any. And don't forget to check out my new Radical Wellness Wednesdays. These are going to be some wellness tips covering 10 different buckets of wellness. So not just physical health, but mental wellness and emotional, even financial wellness, occupational wellness, what's going on at work. So I'm going to be giving actionable tips that you can put into your everyday life, that you can shoot for once a month, and even annual goals. So check it out, Radical Wellness Wednesdays right here on Lelo Yoga and Wellness.